Hello there, fellow shipbuilders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn. Episode 36. Starjacks planning a Void Warship. So I might do some refueling out of organics. Because I don't really have with Lisk plague ridden, I can't cut trees efficiently. So I'll just hunt. Just looking to the map tile. Alright, what do we have here? Compacted. Hey, there's compacted plasteel. It's right in the middle. And gold. So maybe land around here to take advantage of the plasteel and gold. What about ore? Gold. And we are roughly underneath a uranium asteroid. I guess we're here for a while. All right. So I'll make up to 500 chem fuel from organics. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be really easy to source more organics. So who's up? Rylus is up. Icy is up. Lisk Gideon is down. Okay. That does mean I could potentially research. But I think I'd rather get chem fueled up. Because our tanks are basically empty. Meaning, Rylus, I want you to craft chem fuel, not hunt. And there goes his... No, he's still wearing the pants. Why aren't you making... Oh, that's weird. Oh, right. The default is organics of veg, not meat. That's what's going on. Lisk, you should be bed resting. Yeah, the baby's going to be crying a lot because being sick sucks. And I don't know why I haven't not been allowing medicine. But luckily, being in a hospital bed and with a vitals monitor and a sterile room, risk ain't that high. I did grab the... Yeah, okay, there it is. The butcher table. And yep, I did. Good. Ooh. You are mad because you're wearing... Oh, you're happy because you're wearing a burqa. What can I do for you? You are in serious pain, sick, cabin fever, disturbed sleep, sad youngsters, and baby crying, and honestly, I can't really fix any of that for you. That's rough. Everyone is super pissed. I wish I had like a magic button, basically a psychic soother that I can hit, but I have no such. Baby just needs... Baby is sad because he's sick, and it's like there's just no solution here. Yeah, I have drugs. I have chocolate. I guess chocolate could help. So I'm gonna have everyone just like eat a little chocolate to try to even out moods. It doesn't do a lot. Ooh, exotic goods. I might be able to buy a soother. Hot. Happy. Well, happy. Wake up resistant. Selling the pollock seeds. Berserker Pulse is a 5 or a 6, so I'm not going to buy that just yet. Pain Block actually would help a little bit for the ones that are in pain, so I'll buy Pain Block. That's could be useful. Rumble Horns. I'm going to buy the low shield and insanities. I guess smoke leaf joints? For those that are sick, I could just like smoke them up. As long as there's not a loss of consciousness, it should be okay. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, Gideon. Learn Pain Block. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. I feel nothing. There. So now the in pain... Well, okay. I guess that doesn't work. I thought I was being smart, but apparently we're still in minor pain. I mean, technically, yeah, because like Pain Block isn't perfect. It's down to 10%. But, you know, it was useful. And Gideon was like, no, F this. I'm out. I'm trying, man! Alright, beer time? And then for you, jelly time. Wow, this is really just a nasty event. All because baby's sad. In truth. I could, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Baby. Icy, go put... Play with baby. Play with Mike. And then put Mike in crib. And now when the baby cries, it's not hitting all the other people that are in here. It's like the best I can do. So the reason why I bought the Insanity Lance and the low shield packs is if we do take on the mech hive, I'm going to need as many like tricks up my sleeve as possible. Oh, they had a soother? Did they? I must have overlooked that. Oh yeah, that they did. Thank you! I'm blind. Boom, that should help. Yeah, there are so many negative mood modifiers all compiling is nasty. Okay, how's it going? You are basically immune. You are immune. Okay, we're recovering. I'm gonna get rid of the good beds in lieu of the excellence only, and then uninstall the vitals monitor that we don't need. With Lisk recovered, we can stop, we can stop making chem fuel out of meat. Because he'll be able to... Well, actually, I'm going to keep making chem fuel out of meat. I take that back. I'd rather have him mining the plasteel than cutting trees, if we can just, if we can get chem fuel from hunting. Because there's plenty of things to shoot still. At least it wasn't an insult spree. I should count my blessings. So let's stop making lavish meals, because I think he's just going to eat them all. I wish there was a good spot for this one power node. There really isn't. There's like nowhere to put it that like would be nice. I could put it here because we don't really need to go into this room very often, like at all. Wait, what did you just do? You took wake up? What kind of pigging out is that? That's not food. What the hell? Oops, Mike is, okay. Hang on. Baby on the floor! Alright, real talk. How can a baby cry when it's breastfeeding? I don't understand the physics of that. Another thing that we could consider, who are we on good terms with? I'm gonna call in a exotic trader. Hoping that they maybe bring in uranium. But if not, we can always go to orbit. Alright, Lisk. I don't want you hunting anymore. I want you mining. Yours can make really loud grunts when breastfeeding? I suppose. I just don't think you can cry effectively while breastfeeding. At least, it never happened with my kid. Alright. I think we have everything we need for the Locust Armor now, which is awesome. Oh, Dag, thanks for all the gifted subs. The timer's still counting up, right? I haven't been staring at it. I hope. Hope it's still working fine. It's working? Good. So we've got the small hamster rock with uranium ore above us, which will give us the slug turrets. I think I'm going to high priority haul a bit. So put all the weapons away. The reason why I move the weapon benches is I intend to, once I have a few more components in steel, like to build a bunch more batteries. So that when all the turrets are wired up, we don't drain faster than, you know, so fast that we can't keep them charged. That would be a problem. And I think if we're trying to clear the mech hive, probably the most important thing for us to amass is like insanity lances. Because when we're at the mech hive, there's going to be centipedes that we can make insane. And that will be a really powerful tool to sort of counter the strength of the hive. Oh man, you've had a lot of disturbed sleep needlessly. Shoot. My bad. I'll fix it. Of course, now I've just made it a lot more disturbed because I'm installing like lights and pumps in there. Also going to move one of the heaters in there too. So all the bedrooms have heaters, and the hospital has heater. Good. Butchering is not being done at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. We have a lot of meat. I'll reinstall the butcher table in a minute. But we still have like 800 meat, which is plenty. So we've almost killed off everything worth shooting on the map tile, though, which is brutal. And then after all of that plague, we ought to, once Lisk is done with the plasteel, we ought to grab the gold, because that will help us sell some stuff, and then grab the hill root too. I think I am going to use like Rylus to try to make a really nice crib, which will help with the mood. You know, or Gideon, I don't care. They're all like level 20. Really? Oh, you losers. I was hoping for Masterwork, or at least Excellent, and they made a bunch of good and normals. You know what? Don't make them out of steel, on second thought. I'll just cut down some trees and make them out of wood. Steel is harder to source. Does the hospital need an ox pump? It wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think we're going to have a situation. So, if we all wear marine helmets and locust armor, like, we don't really need ox pumps. Like, we could live in a vacuum ship. It wouldn't really affect us, except for the babies. So, the only place that really needs it is, yeah, childcare is a 1. The only place that we really need it is, where babies are. Because babies can't be protected like the rest of us can. How's our chem fuel? Okay, we came in with basically no chem fuel, and now we're up to like 750, so we're halfway to full. Oh, is that right next to the uranium rock? It is. The only one that has a marine helmet would be Gideon. Everyone else has bad helmets. He's cute. We're gonna get him. just working planet side is slow. You're surprised there isn't like an airtight crib, like a little bubble for a baby? New lovers, Gideon and Skyra. Well, that's a problem, because Skyra ain't sticking around there very long. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I guess. It wouldn't be a bad idea for her to have a weapon. I don't have her have a weapon at all. So, maybe I'll make an electric smithy. Ooh, here comes my Exoticus trader. Finally. I don't even have longsword research. Well, I'll leave that for later. Okay, I'm gonna keep the jelly just in case we need it for the, for breastfeeding. Or, food, rather. Water skip wouldn't be bad. Skill trainer social would be really nice. I'm actually going to part with the Alpha Thrombohorn. The melee verbs on this thing... Well, No, I'm going to keep it. I can part with gold, though. So Shock Lance, yes. Gold. There. I know they have plasteel, but we're pretty set on plasteel at the moment. Same with components, so I'm not worried about that. They didn't, however, have uranium, but oh well. And then for social trainer, Gideon, you learn water skip. Lisk, you learn the trainer. So he's social 17. I should be getting really nice trade prices and be able to counsel people like crazy. Oh, good. Perfect timing to have a power outage. If that's the case, let's go kill some Megasloth. Where's the last one? And Gideon, what if I told you to hunt? What would you do? I'll have them carried, I guess. Rylus, you're gonna have a mental break on me? Alright, you're dismissed. Actually, everyone's dismissed. So we're set to launch. Where is Jet? So Jet's pretty far away from us. We're like below here. So I think what I'll do is maybe go to the mech, go to the uranium ore and then the mech platform and then work our way to Jet. It's a lot of like zigzagging, but I think that's a not unreasonable approach. Rylus, who you flirting with? And Concern. You flirted with Skyra. No. You have tattered apparel. You want to wear a burqa at all times? So let's just make you a spare burqa. So once Lisk is done mining the gold, we'll do that. This map tile's been pretty nice. I think another thing that would be smart before we leave is to get a little bit more steel in case we do need to spin up our turrets and adding the turrets that I intended to add. So again, the plan is in the green zones, we're going to do uranium, 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 uranium. So 6 uranium slugs. And then the other thing in the purple is autocannon, 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 autocannon? And I think I would, before I jump, I want to do the autocannon turrets. And then maybe also queue up platforms for even more back here. So we've got slug, slug, auto, auto. Just go crazy with it. And if it seems unnecessary, let me tell you, it will be very necessary, because once we get to space, and we're trying to defeat the mech hive, I'm going to need as much firepower as physically possible. Now, the only problem I have with these 4 turrets back here is... Actually, these turrets and these 2 turrets here are, like, unreloadable. Whereas all these other turrets share a wall with our ship. So it might end up being a situation where we, like, grav gangplank to be able to reload them. So, like, gangplank from here, and then gangplank from here, so that we can maintain them up in space. And that's, like, not... what I can do is if I add the gangplanks there, I can move the walls so that they're on the outside or something. So I have that concept in mind. And I guess to that end, I might as well add the platforms for the slugs where they will be already. So that's big picture. Chain out a few simple turrets to cover the slugs and autos up close. Yeah. And they're going to be afterwards. I think what that will look like is it will be like wall to prevent wide explosions with like a simple turret in the middle. But the big turrets are more important because with a ship surrounded by turrets, one of the benefits is when it starts to get attacked, you can just sort of shuffle power around to turn them off so that the enemy is constantly, like, seeking out a new target. Cheese, but functional. Man, our moods are just always bad. Sad youngsters, rebuffed, elite expectations, hungry... Well, hungry is fixable. How much longer do we have on the ally? 9 days? So they should be here pretty soon. That's not a lot of time. Whoa, I can't believe I ran out of Thrumbo for having killed all those Thrumbo. So I see Rylus. All the hunters that want stuff to do, I guess go kill Boomlobes. Try not to set the forest on fire. Or that. Don't do that either. I could consider higher level foods. But because we have a very meat-reliant chem fuel, it's a bit of a problem doing that. That makes sense. That's why I've been hesitant to bring it up to... Oh, come on, Gideon. Yeah, it's fire hot. Did you really need to walk into it? Okay, at least he put himself out. Guess I'll butcher these ones too. Yeah, the real driving factor for why I haven't boosted food quality is it's already, like, I would say annoying enough to constantly accommodate simple meals, and fine meals only take longer to cook, and I don't know, maybe it's something we need to do, but I want to wait as long as I can if I'm able. So we got 1,700 meat. So once we butcher all the rest of that, there should be like 2,500 or so. That'll source us for a while. Oh no, that's not good. I didn't realize I was keeping... I mean, I should have. But for whatever reason, it didn't occur to me that I was keeping my herbal medicine in the wrong spot. Now we don't have any of it. Yeah. Yeah, with the moods as low as they are, you're not wrong. It would help. The other thing I could do is, like, counsel. And use counsel more frequently to aid for moods. Possibly leader speeching? Room is not as impressive as it could be, though. But, like... how much... 28 jade? I think what I'm going to do is, maybe decide that this room is just never going to be airtight. Except that it won't. And just jade it up. Because I can't imagine seeking refuge in the shrine room. So that helped a little bit. Why do you keep mining the diagonals? You're killing me, dude. Just insists on mining the worst spot possible. Alright, Rylus. Let's do another work drive. So maybe what I'll do is try to amass as much steel as I can, and with these work drives, put it to work, installing the autocannon turrets where we can. So if this is, this will be slug, auto, maybe? So changing it a little bit. And I think our butchery stopped because, yeah, we hit the threshold. So I'll just keep butchering until the shelves are full. Alright, where do we put dead power? Maybe dead power here and here for these two. Dead power for this. If I have a line like that, that will allow all the turrets to hit. Okay. Done. So the big picture here is I'm trying to have a ship able to deal with the mech hive. The mech hive is like the big bad goal. And for that, we just need a crazy amount of firepower around the ship. Because the mech hive throws a lot of mechs at us. So as long as, like, we can jump whenever... so as long as there's a cooldown period, I'm just trying to, like, spend the time wisely amassing meat, amassing chem fuel, and getting ready for, like, mech hive craziness. Yeah, slugs are great. And that's exactly why my next hop is going to be this uranium rock. So we can get lots of slugs. So the plan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slugs around the ship. And there isn't... the other thing I'm sure you've noticed is there's not a weak side and strong side of the ship. All directions are, like, equally gunned. more or less. So that whatever we end up phasing, we can deal with it. May also want to incorporate the concept of like a gangplank. Because trying to park with the doors here could be a little tricky, so I'll keep that in mind. Because we still have 100+ tiles to play with, which is generous. So I mentioned this is so that we can maintain the ship's turrets if they're not pathable from the inside. Oh, hold up. Lisk, you do that. And then once I have more uranium, I'll be adding like a uranium door here. So I'll put this in blue. A uranium door there, so we can path to all these. A uranium door. If I have a door here, opening it would vent the base. But if I continue the gangplank around the edge here, we wouldn't have to vent. Nah, I think venting is fine. I'll just... Because, you know, we're Starjacks. It's not a big deal. So I'll put a door here and a door there. And then door here, and you know, so on and so forth. Lots and lots and lots of plans. Almost got our chem tanks full. Almost. I'm surprised that we haven't had any raids in a while. These guys are only here for a week left out of 22 days. Been pretty chill. So not exactly going to be convenient to add doors to all the turret ports. The other thing is if we have mini turrets in between, it's hard to keep them... Uh-oh. What? You're not even in a bad mood. It's going to be hard to keep them from being blown up by adjacent explosions. So I don't know if mini turrets are in the cards for the rest of this build plan. What else can we do for mood? Cure Roy. The imprisoned will go away, the insulted will go away, the baby is crying will go away, the soaking wet will go away. Like, a lot of these are just like temporary, and they're self-remedying eventually. We can also try to... I was going to say we can try to recreate together. The problem is, like, people kind of hate each other. So that might not be a benefit. Okay, we got all the steel we needed for another autocannon. And I roofed this up so that we can stay dry while we mine. Eat some jelly for Lisk? Yeah, that would help his recreation. One of the issues, of course, of being semi-nomadic is, I suppose in my case, we've been here long enough that I could have easily, like, grown mood drugs. But that's something you don't typically do when you're on the move. The other thing that we could try to do is to improve the quality of the bedrooms a bit. But they're both slightly impressive, which is probably as high as it's going to go. I mean, we could do fine flooring. But I don't know if there's a lot of... yeah, I mean, it couldn't hurt. I guess I'll... Whoops. I guess I'll fine floor them. And then if I'm on another tile with a marble, you know, cut more marble and fine floor that too. I'm trying. Because looking at it, it's like disturbed sleep, it's like that happens, right? Soaking wet, yeah, it was raining. Insulted, yeah, that happens. Mike is unhappy. We've been trying to tend to Mike's needs by like playing and breastfeeding. I have childcare as you know, as one of the highest priorities. So there's not, it's not like I'm not doing that. The freeloaders still haven't left yet? Well, it's part of a quest, so no. They won't leave for another 6 days unless they die. MI Field. No thank you. He's a baseliner, so definitely no thank you. We're about to get more disturbed sleep trying to solve the mood problem. Which is kind of funny. So we've got need of 4 more autocannon turrets, which is about, what is that, 1,400 steel? The good news is we are in the chem fuel positive. We have a net amount of chem fuel. All the tanks are full, which means once the mining job's done, we can actually make the spare Locosimer because Gideon's about to bust out of his. It's the 59%, so it's not going to be worth wearing soon. The impressiveness of this room really hasn't nudged much into the positive. I could expand the bedrooms a bit, but it's a lot of real estate to be used up, which is why I was hesitating. Oh, he's doing the mining corners again. My goodness. We're making fine floors. I might as well break down the Grand Stele that's marble. Yeah, all those fine floors, which is an insane amount of work and resources, and it's really not any more impressive. It went from like 51 to 63. So we would need like golden statues to really move that needle, and nobody really does art in this colony, so that's not a solution that's going to work for us. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Starjacks.